One of the reasons you might find yourself in Zanzibar is tourism. But now this Tanzanian island is home to budding technology startups, most of them seeking to redefine the economy. Tourism is the main activity here in Zanzibar. Over 500,000 people visited this island in 2018 alone. But there's more to this Tanzanian island than just tourism. Technology is now seen as an enabler of growth in sectors such as agriculture, entrepreneurship, and even tourism itself. Let's find out how. The streets of Zanzibar ooze a colorful and rich culture. The racial diversity, food, spices, and even architecture have served as sources of livelihood for the residents here, and now technological innovation is gradually catching up. Zanzibar is now home to many tech startups, and some of them are making waves in mainland Tanzania and beyond. Among the modern technologies that carry a lot of weight in the world today is the use of drone technology, and I'm here in Zanzibar to meet a startup that is using this very technology to solve an array of social issues in the society. Khadija, how are you doing?
Good.
So you're the pilot today. Could you land it with me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Could you tell me more about drone wings? What do you do and how are you using this technology?
In every season of rain season, we face flooding. So this even this dry place you see here is also flooded while raining happening. So we come here before raining. So we map all the area. Then we go to the simulation. We see, okay, if the rain is happening, so all this house is going to be flooded. So what we can do, we can give announce to the government and community, you should leave this place. So unless with this device, you can show the exactly problem with those data and a clear with high resolution images. So we use these technologies, the latest technology drone, to take aerial images for surveying. So aerial images, we can do different projects like a flood project, cholera project, malaria project. We can go to the office and see exactly how this amazing picture look like.
Okay, sure thing. Let's go.
You're welcome. We have thousands of images when we're coming back from the field. The process is to georeferencing those images. So then after that, we put in the software. So we're processing those images together with a georeference. So those multiple images, so it's organized and work like one picture.
And then you're able to tell, if let's say it's a case of flooding, you're able to tell how far the water would go. And
based on the elevation of this data, you can know if rain starts coming, so this house they can also be flooded.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
When tourism is not making Zanzibar's economy tick, agriculture is. This has broadened the investment scope for youth wishing to use technology to disrupt different sectors. And one of the sectors experiencing that disruption is the services industry. I'm now on my way to meet a startup that is digitizing the process of how people pay for parking here in Zanzibar. Tell me about your technology, your company, and what you do.
We have this application for parking management system. Yeah, basically it allows us to monitor and control all the operations of parking. When you come here, our operator first of all should register your car. You understand? So the first thing, she will put the plate number on the application. So if it happens, it's your first time parking, it will just give a ticket. You understand? But if, for instance, you're coming from point A And here is point B. If she put the plate number, it will say like you have parked in point A, you're supposed to pay first before parking to this area.
Would you talk to me about the cost, especially that initial investment that you've had to make to get this technology up and running?
Normally, the council is supposed to buy the machines, like elsewhere in Dar es Salaam or wherever, they're buying the machines. But for us, we were supposed to buy the machine because we are the one who introduced the system. So that's where the challenge was. And up to now, we spent around 70 to 80 million Tanzanian shilling for setup and everything.
What are some of the challenges of running this kind of business?
When we started, people, they didn't understand our system. They thought it's a traditional one that you can run away. You understand? So from the first days of our operations, people were running away, but right now people are paying.
Would you say that there's an increase in revenue collected from parking fees by the municipal as a result of your technology?
So for the past 2 months, definitely the increase almost 100%. Okay, the place they were collecting 50, right now we are collecting 100 million.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go and pay for my bills now.
Okay.
In recent years, the budding startup ecosystem in Zanzibar has attracted international attention, with some of the globally acknowledged startup competitions being held here. However, when it comes to funding, more investor activity has been seen in mainland Tanzania, where tech entrepreneurs raised funding in the millions of dollars in 2018.
One of the key aspects of building strong startup ecosystems is investment in incubation hubs. This is where entrepreneurs and innovators come to get the ideas nurtured as well as get some business training before they can launch their innovations into the market. I'm on my way to meet the co-founder of Cube Zanzibar to see how they are doing this.
Hello, Charles.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Great, great, great. How many startups are you working with currently?
Currently, we have 8 startups, but we are supporting other maybe 20 or 25 startups outside our space.
What is it like to build a startup in Zanzibar?
Normally, startups they are not funded. They don't get funding from a conventional bank because they don't trust the startup. So they need a lot of support, and this is like a misconception. A lot of people think that startup need a funding. It doesn't need like a funding only. They need a mentorship. They need someone to take them hand on hand in order to reach a certain stage.
If we look at startup funding across Africa, South Africa is up there, Nigeria is up there, Kenya is up there. Where is Zanzibar in that map?
They are not in the map because there's no much going on. But this year, things start to change. So the government now established funding for youth, and they have like a 10 million USD for this funding, and the government matching it for 10 million. So it's like a 20 million funding for startup.
What are some of the most pressing challenges when it comes to building startups here in Zanzibar?
The renting here is much higher compared to other places. And to rent a space, you need like a 6 months in advance or 1 year in advance. This startup, they don't have that money. So the one thing that is a challenge is some co-working space that youth they can come and they can innovate in there.
Evidently, the number of startups in Zanzibar is on the rise. We sought an expert opinion on what it takes to grow such businesses.
The first tip, entrepreneurship is not a game of losers. If you think that maybe you are losing everything, you fail to school, to university and other things, and the only option available is to start your own business, then you are in a great danger. The second tip is entrepreneurship is like a journey for seedling. It takes time, it takes determination, to be patient in order to succeed in entrepreneurship. And the third tip, in building your own business, you need to collaborate more than compared to work individual. So entrepreneurship is a building ecosystem. You cannot succeed if you wanted to succeed. You are only you. So you need to work with the team. You need to share your idea with other people in order to get a mentorship, in order to get challenge that can shape your business, and you can be successful.